Hello everyone, this is Brian Bentley at CoinOpTV, bringing you gameplay and commentary for Resident Evil 0 on the PlayStation 4. Alright, it is HD remastered time, just like they did with Resident Evil 1. Capcom has brought out this HD version, and I gotta admit, I'm really starting to like it a lot more. Playing through the first one, you got used to these crazy camera angles and, the pieces that sort of made Resident Evil what it was, alright? And you get more of that here. So they're actually combining the two together if you want to buy what they call the Resident Evil Origins Collection. And Resident Evil 0 is definitely going back in time before, Umbrella really, before Raccoon City, before the mansion, and, finding out more about how the T-Virus leaked and what the story is behind that. And in this story, we're playing as Rebecca Chambers, an 18-year-old rookie in STARS, because 18-year-olds are allowed out on the super secret missions for STARS. I don't really understand how. That's one thing, folks. Never understood how STARS works. It's just all over the board as to how exactly one becomes a member of STARS, is trained in STARS, how it all, it's not important. The flip side, your other character is Billy Cohen. Now, you find out at the very beginning that Billy is an escapee. He supposedly killed 23 men, and we're going to use the word allegedly, killed 23 people, including his guards, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, they meet up on this train. That's at the very, very beginning. And after they escape the train, which, of course, had all these ridiculous components to it, like the only way to apply the manual handbrake was for one person to be in the lead car, and the other person go to the back of the train to unlock the magnetic mechanism. And you're like, huh? What? Who designed that? And you're like, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to waste a few bullets on shooting ridiculous crows in the head. And, alright, so enough of the, plausibility of the story. We're going to, so I just wanted to show you, one of the things is they break you up, that's a typical Resident Evil puzzle, right? You have two characters, one is quote-unquote the strong character and has more offensive capability, and the other one, is the weak character who, has other skills. In this case, Rebecca has the skill to combine herbs. And I don't want to really do that here, but the puzzle is to separate the two and use their skills to, one person's, flaws or, strengths to the advantage of the team, and then the team gets back together. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm, going along as Rebecca. I'm going to unlock the door. We're going to get Billy and her together. We're going to go into a room and kill more of those, creatures, and then we're going to have a little boss battle here in the Umbrella Training Facility. And yes, I have no idea why the Umbrella Training Facility is this crazy mansion like it is. And, of course, Billy's been standing there, so he's just looking at his hand, because that's what escaped convicts do when they're not doing anything for, 3 to 4 minutes by themselves as they stand by a crank. One of the things about, Resident Evil, these sort of old ones, is it's all about the holding on to resources the best you can. And I do admit that when it comes to the boss battle, I fire a lot of grenades and use up all my grenades, but, I do try to, save ammunition whenever I can, especially in a case like that where there's just one zombie. I can kind of dodge around him a little bit, move a bit, and get past him. So, one of the things I'm not loving, I'm just gonna come right out and say it, is the controls. It's the same problem I had in Resident Evil 1 HD Remaster, is this sort of, I don't know, they just, I'm even using what they call quote-unquote the modern controls, and it's a little rough, I'm not gonna lie. So, you're walking along, and then the camera is at this ridiculous angle. Now, in this particular case, the camera actually works in your advantage. but the camera is awful, just awful. Now, one of the things that they have in this game that I'm actually a little surprised is when you have the secondary character, you can actually tell them, you know, attack, or just stand still, or let's work together, or let's be separate, and they will separate. So I actually really like that part, where I have the ability to kind of change those things, you know, mid-game. You'll also notice that there is a thing of ammunition on the ground, and I'm just trying to pick up the ammunition, but instead I find out that the painter really wanted to depict the nobility of that woman, and they were successful in that. Now I'm going to switch over to Billy, and it's time to pick up the grenade launcher. That's right, folks, gotta love the grenade launcher. It's one of those weapons where you're like, there's only one reason you gave me this, and that's to use in the boss battle. That's it. Now I also need to pick up this white statue because it's part of a puzzle. I'm not going to talk about the puzzle because that's part of the. It's a little spoilerific, but I mean, those of you who are into Resident Evil probably know. Now, one of the things that they have are, you know, you can change the costumes, and you know, there's Prisoner Billy and Jacket Billy, who looks like a total, you know, like one of those guys that you really can't stand. So I decided to go away from that, and we're just going to pick up the statue instead. We're going to get ready for that boss battle, folks. This is called the Centurion, and it kind of looks like one of these things, like a little centipede action. Hold on, I think I think I could break this glass. Nope, no, I can't. Let me try it again, just in case. Yep. Oh, no, I'll stab at the ceiling. There you go. Okay. Now I've completely made sure that I've now stabbed that armoire. It's completely stabbed, folks. But I'm loving the HD, you know, bringing it back. We're okay. Here we go with the boss battle. I have Rebecca down in the pit, except the cutscene doesn't depict her in the pit at all, even though she's technically standing right next to the cage. But that's okay. It's fine. You know, that's more of a thing I would expect out of a recent game. But she's going to be captured. You know, they have a couple of these where the, you know, Billy does something and Rebecca has to pick it up, or vice versa. And, you know, that's, again, just part of the game. So, again, I'm liking the graphics. I don't, you know, I'm really enjoying the game. I've never actually played Resident Evil 0 before, so I did not have a GameCube. So I'm actually pretty happy with being able to have this opportunity with you and share it with you. You know, this is still pretty early in the game. I'd say I'm about 30, you know, like a third of the way through, say, of the game. You know, but they do have these kind of boss battles, you know, before you fought a giant scorpion because why not? I mean, it's a giant scorpion. Now, something I understand is, you know, technically that thing would have just stood there. Nice, Brian. Go ahead and get yourself killed. Oh, I got hit again. You know, I don't know. I guess it's funny to me how some of these old things work, but I think it's, you know, in a way, it shows where we've come from, and that's pretty great. I'm, you know, definitely would recommend, if you are a Resident Evil fan, this is definitely a good pickup, I think, for you. If you're more of a modern gamer, I would say... Oh, see, now I just wasted a grenade. If you're more of a modern gamer, I would say maybe, and you're not a fan of Resident Evil, maybe it's time, maybe this isn't the game for you. But definitely, if you're a fan of the series, or a fan of, you know, a little bit more of a nostalgic gamer, then this is for you. But otherwise, I'm enjoying the game. I'm looking forward to completing, getting up the full written review, but I wanted to get some video coverage for you, because I know, you know, we always want the best for our subscribers, and be sure to subscribe, because I think, you know, that's the best way to get the information, and we love having you, and join our community here at CoinOpTV. Alright, that's it for me, folks. I will catch you next time. We'll see you.